Boom. Live. I know I'm a couple minutes late. I apologize. I had to beautify myself. Give me 1 second, and we'll get going. Six, 5, 6, right?
Yes.
Damn it, boy. All right, everything looks good to me. Close this. Do this. Do that. This, that, and the other thing. All right, let's do this. Let me get myself situated. Oh, my God. And this guy's on the podcast all the time. Oh, it's about the podcast.
The Nikki Hill?
Yeah.
He is not coming.
He is not coming.
I spoke to him the other night. He told me
he's at work.
Yes. For like ever.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo Podcast. So it's 656, the Froakie Podcast.
Froakie is a quadruped frog-like Pokemon. It has light blue skin, white hands, and a dark blue stripe from the center of its oval head to its nose.
Mm-hmm.
Its eyes, which have yellow sclera, black irises, and white pupils, protrude vertically from its head due to their size.
Mm-hmm.
Froakie produces a large mane of bubbles from its chest and back and has 2 small bubbles on its nose.
Wouldn't you like to be able to make on-demand bubbles? Like, I know we can do... I know people can do, like, spit bubbles that are like, what?
No.
Well, I feel like these would just be regular, like,
can you gleek?
Water bubbles. No, I can't gleek. You think if I could gleek, I wouldn't be gleeking all the time? I would gleek on you all the time.
I can't gleek either.
And I'd make sure I, like, had, like, a hot dog and ketchup and then gleeked on you.
Milk.
A nice milk gleek. Nice, thick milk gleek. I don't think it can gleek after drinking milk. Your spits to viscous.
The delicate yet flexible bubbles called brubbles reduce the damage Froakie takes from attacks. It has 3 fingers and 2 toes on its hands and feet. Despite its carefree attitude, it is vigilant of its surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
Froakie is both light and strong, making it capable of jumping incredibly high.
Are
Froakie's
those 2 coffee things? Light and strong? No. Light and sweet?
Oh, you would say light and sweet, yeah. That's how you would take your coffee.
But people could say, I like my coffee strong, but you wouldn't order it light and strong.
No, because they're 2 different
opposite
things, right?
Yes.
You like your coffee light.
I'm a coffee aficionado, okay? Thank you.
What's your drink?
A coffee. Mom Brain, please continue. We don't have time for this.
It's number 656. It's a water type. It's way more male than female. Only about 12% of them are female. They're a foot tall and 15 pounds. Their abilities include Torrent, and their hidden ability is Protean. Protean. That's it.
Thanks, Mom Brain.
You're welcome.
Hello, Zero Skill 3D and Low Camp and Cedar and We Lover and Retro and Alawolf and Turquoise Gold Scraper and Robert Bear and Name King Clown and Johnny Reggie and Swedish Galaxy 94 and the Alawolf and did I say that? I did.
You might have.
And Santiago and Agent Iron Cat and Son Goku 420 and Roth Safi and Robert Bear and man, I'm getting in my old age. I'm forgetting who I'm saying. And Rachel, did I say the name King Clan?
Yes, I believe.
And ZX Billy, and hello Lucas and Dre Gamer and Caramel Kitte or Carmel. I say caramel because it's spelled Caramel, caramel. And everyone knows, if you've been listening to this podcast for a long time, that I say everything absolutely perfectly.
That's right.
Hello, Andy the Zombie. Yeah. How's everybody? Well, hello, Nader Die. Thanks for joining us. Happy Mario Day, everybody.
What?
It is Mario Day. We're doing a podcast on Mario Day.
Like Super Mario Brothers Mario, or just people named Mario?
I'll let you figure it out. Come on, Teach. Use your deductive reasoning. Why is today Mario Day?
What's today, the 9th?
No.
The 10th?
Yes.
310. 310.
I love watching your gears turn. What month are we in?
March.
What's the date?
10th. Oh, Mar 10.
Yes, you did it.
That's a stretch.
This is an official Nintendo thing, and lots of people celebrate it. For example, Google's celebrating it because if you use Google Maps for the next week in celebration of Mario Day, you can get an icon that's Mario in a Mario Kart, and he drives around on the map. What do you think of that?
Feel like we should go out and use Google Maps?
No.
No.
No, we're not
God
doing
forbid
that.
we go out.
You've been out today already.
Went to acupuncture. Went to the car wash.
Big adult day for you.
I mean, acupuncture was great. A good time. No needles. Oh, I have one needle today in the top of my head.
Giant Reggie says it's a week before St. Patrick's Day. I thought you were going to say something after that.
I don't particularly care for St. Patrick's.
Did you not celebrate it today?
Oh, I did have a shamrock shake today.
Shamrock shake. I
have one every year.
We don't drink alcohol, but we sure do drink shamrock shakes. I like them. They're not my favorite, but I like them.
I you know what? I don't know that I would care about them if they weren't just once a year. You know, I don't think I'd like go around ordering a shamrock.
If they were
shake.
all the time, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like everything, really. What one milkshake flavor would you like that McDonald's doesn't provide?
Coffee. Although I suppose their like frappes are essentially coffee milkshakes.
They don't do that?
No.
How about a nice chicken McNugget milkshake?
I think that's how chicken McNuggets are made, right?
Hello, Blunners. Yes, it appears so, Blunners. And you'd be drinking it, and you get all that chicken McNugget flavor, and then you get like the little gristle bumps every once in a while. I grossed myself out saying.
That's real gross.
Yeah, they're gross. So today, why did I do this on my phone? What a dumb idea. I have some things to talk about before we get to the Nintendo Direct. Everybody knows there was a Nintendo Direct. Rachel says Shamrock Shakes are gross, and yes, it's that Rachel. And yes, she's wrong.
Rachel?
Yeah.
Hi, Rachel.
She's wrong. I don't care. She's wrong.
Yeah, she's got some serious food preferences, though. Like she's.
Yes, she does.
You know, like she's not.
But she also said hashtag unpopular opinion.
If I wasn't good friends with her, I would not invite her to dinner for fear that she would judge all my food. But
she judges anyway.
Yeah, well, I'm okay with that from her because I don't,
Hello, it's a trap. So I have this list of things on my phone that I want to talk about before we get into the Nintendo Direct.
Is one of them cats?
No.
That's something I always.
Next time you're in charge of the show, you can do cat stuff.
Do you know I picked up a new cat last night that I hadn't ever picked up before?
Oh, in your game?
No. At
my
in real life. House.
Yes, that's right. And you had an option to pick up a chinchilla, but you.
No, Cheech isn't feeling well. You can't.
Needs to be loved.
Do you know how long they live?
How long do chinchillas? Hello, Aruli. I'm going to say this totally wrong. Hello, Aurelio. Do phonetic spelling and I'll say it right.
They can live like around 20 years.
Wow.
Isn't that nuts? I didn't expect that.
Hello, Mike Hay. Thanks for joining us.
Now, if guinea pigs lived 20 years, I would be on board for that.
Aurelio got a Switch a couple days ago and he's loving it.
Of course.
All right, so first things first. I told people I would say this early on in the show, and it is early on, so we'll get it out of the way. And if this is why you're here, then you can just leave after. So, Human Fall Flat, which Mom Brain has seen me play a lot. The silly walking guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And I greatly enjoy it. I really do. I'm playing it on the Switch, obviously.
Few things make you laugh in the way that games like that make you laugh.
Yeah, like realistic physics or silly physics, over-exaggerated physics, whatever you want to call it. It's a physics-based platform puzzler, but it's not 2D, it's 3D. You really do use physics to solve puzzles. It's not like you need to fit a key into a lock, and where's the key? It's stuff like, You need to like drag cords over to an electrical box and plug them in and then stretch that over to another outlet to open up a gate and stuff like that. But you're dragging cords behind you and they make you walk weird, and controlling the characters weird, but in a good way. It's all done on purpose. It's been a very big hit in general, not just on Switch, but I think the most recent update is that the game has sold 2.5 million copies on all of the platforms it's released on. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'm not finished with it yet, but I'm having a ton of fun with it. Hello, Murasaki. It's a blast. So that is digital for the most part, but Super Rare Games, which does very limited printings, physical printings of games that are only digital up to that point, are doing a printing of Human Fall Flat. So if you, hello, Sarah, if you want Human Fall Flat, physical copy, you can get it through Super Rare Games. But here's the thing. Super Rare Games is only printing 5,000 copies. 5,000 copies. You could be
So it's not just a clever name.
No, it's a super rare game. Hello, Anna. Anna says hello to me and you.
Hello, Anna.
So yes, it's a super rare game, definitely. Only 5,000 units out there. But here's the really cool part. Super Rare Games has teamed up with GoNintendo. And they are offering 3 copies of the game.
Wow.
For free. 3 copies out of the 5,000 to us in a contest. Now, we don't do contests too often just because I don't do them. Unless it's something really good. Because usually companies have like a lot of specifics and they're like, you gotta say you really like the product and a whole bunch of crap like that. This is not that situation. This is like, hey, let's do something fun. And I was like, let's do it this way. And they said, yeah, that's cool. So here's how you enter the contest. I promise it's super easy. First things first, you have to enter between right now, which is 3:30 New Jersey time, 3:30 p.m. Oh my God, we pushed the clocks ahead tonight.
Do we? Is that tonight?
Isn't it?
Probably.
You have to enter before midnight East Coast time tomorrow, so Sunday. So let's say 11:59 Sunday, 11:59 p.m.
New Jersey
Sunday,
time.
East Coast time. You have to enter before then to be counted. So you don't have a lot of time. But the good news is the way to enter is really simple. I have a tweet over on our Twitter, which is GoNintendo Tweet, at GoNintendo Tweet. It is pinned at the top. So all you have to do is go to our Twitter page. How do you enter? You follow us on Twitter. You follow Super Rare Games on Twitter, which is also in the pinned tweet. But if you want to just type it in right now, it's at Super Rare Games. So type that in on Twitter. You follow them, you follow us, and you like the tweet. That's all you got to do. You don't got to retweet it. You don't got to comment. All you got to do is like it. Uh-oh, I'm seeing likes come in right now. All you have to do is like it. So follow us, follow Super Rare Games, like the tweet. On early next week sometime, we're going to go through and pick 3 random winners. And Super Rare Games wanted me to say that they will send to anywhere in the world. Obviously, the Switch is region-free. And they'll send a copy to anywhere in the world. So don't worry if you're in Europe somewhere, if you're in the States or in Japan or whatever.
I mean, Pennsylvania is like
doesn't matter. I cleared it with them. They will be sending it out. So we will contact the winners through Twitter sometime early next week. Not sure when. And obviously, we'll need to get your address. So if you're not comfortable giving that out, then don't. Don't enter the contest. But for everybody else, yeah, like the tweet, follow us, and follow Super Rare Games. And do it before East Coast midnight tomorrow night.
To be clear, don't tweet your address or any of your personal information.
No. Yeah, don't tweet your personal information. We will get that from you in a secure fashion. Also worth pointing out, this physical copy of Human Fall Flat also includes a set of Human Fall Flat trading cards. So those are included with each winner. 3 winners. Each winner will get a physical copy of the game in a box and a set of these trading cards as well. So again, only 5,000 will ever be made, and you have a chance to win one. Totally free. You don't got to pay for shipping. You don't got to do anything fancy. And if you don't want to follow me on Twitter and you don't want to follow Super Rare Games on Twitter, follow us now and then unfollow us later. Once we announce the winners, unfollow us. I don't care. Like, I don't care about that stuff. I know my followers are going to drop after this contest is over. And I don't like doing contests where it's like, hey, everybody, follow us on Twitter and retweet this to everybody, because, you know, I feel like that's disingenuous. I just want to be like, hey, follow us if you like us. But, you know, this Super Rare Games is really cool about it. So it's just a follow. And then, like I said, after a contest, if you don't want to follow, unfollow. I ain't going to be heartbroken about it.
It's nice of you.
So good luck to everybody that enters.
So thanks, guys. I'll be picking up his pieces after you all unfollow him.
And thanks to Super Rare Games. And Super Rare Games has also entered themselves in the contest, but I'm not going to allow that. They replied to my tweet and said that we hope we win. I don't think they're going to win, but so that's that. All right, I had that thing to talk about. Done. Okay,
Check.
number 2.
Great job.
Number 2. I want to take a moment to plug a Kickstarter. And if you follow this podcast, you follow GoNintendo, you probably know what Kickstarter it's going to be. Our friend Jules Watcham of Atui, formerly of Renegade Kid, which worked on games like Mutant Mudds and Zeo Drifter. I was going to say Xenoblade. That wasn't right. Zeo Drifter and Bomb Monkey and a whole bunch of other stuff. He has a Kickstarter going for my brain.
The Go game.
No.
Isn't he the one that made the goat?
He did make Totes the Goat. Yes.
That's what I thought it was. Totes the Goat.
No, he made a Kickstarter for Chicken Wiggle.
Chicken Wiggle.
So Chicken Wiggle came out on the 3DS. I did a video review of it if you want to check that out on the YouTube channel, of which you're watching us right now.
Jules likes farm animals, and so do I.
It didn't do so hot. And it seems it didn't do so hot because it was on the 3DS, and not a lot of people are buying digital games on the 3DS unless it's like a first-party title. And even then, numbers have dwindled for that. 3DS has certainly been around for a while. So when the game came out on 3DS, a lot of people were like, why did you put this on 3DS? I would get it if it's on Switch. Blah, 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 blah. So after hearing that a billion times, Jules went on Twitter and was like, hey, if you're serious about wanting this game on Switch, then let me know. Like, favorite this tweet and retweet it and stuff like that. And he got a good amount of attention. So he's like, well, what the hell? So he launched a Kickstarter for Chicken Wiggle on Switch. It's called Chicken Wiggle Workshop. So it's not just a straightforward port of Chicken Wiggle on the 3DS, although it will include all that content. Chicken Wiggle Workshop is getting a complete redesign graphically, but still retains the hello Guguk or Guguk. If you like the original graphic style, that's still in the game. If not, there is a completely new hand-drawn style. And my brain, I'll show you right now what the comparison looks like. Pretty good, right?
Definitely.
And also, if you don't know, Chicken Wiggle is like a platformer about a chicken and a worm, and they work together. The worm is used kind of like a hook shot or a grappling hook, and you get power-ups like the ability to fly and
is the worm named
run fast. What do you think?
Yeah.
And your goal is to save a chicken friend in each level. But also equally important is there's a level creator in the game as well, something akin to Super Mario Maker's level creation stuff. So you can make all kinds of levels and upload them to the internet. Now, in the 3DS version, there's already over 1,000 levels created by regular players that have been uploaded, and you can just go and play them whenever you want. Those levels are going to be accessible in the Switch version as well. Plus, you can make new versions on the Switch version. So you get the 1,000 levels that were already made by fans, plus whatever fans make here on out on the Switch version. And again, you can switch the graphics options on the fly. So you can pick pixelated or hand-drawn as you're playing. Whatever
wiggles your chicken.
Whatever wiggles your chicken. So the Kickstarter is looking for $30,000, which I think is quite respectable. Quite, that's not the word.
Reasonable?
Reasonable. Quite reasonable. So it's looking for $30,000. And the good news is the Kickstarter's been going for like 3 days, I think. and it's at $17,455 right now. So it's more than halfway there. Now, this is the part where I say, watch the trailer. If the game looks interesting to you, then kick in $1 or kick in $5 or $10, whatever you want. Obviously, there's tiers and stuff like that. And if you pledge $15 or more, you get the game. What is this? What? Stop looking at that.
What?
No, not you. The damn keyboard. Go away.
Oh boy.
I got it. So it was $15, I think. Yeah. $15 gets you a code for the game, obviously a backer credit, wallpaper images, and that's estimated to come out December 2018. And then there's other tiers as well. There's a $5 tier that gets you something too. And there's obviously higher tiers with all kinds of cool stuff. But yeah, Kickstarter's live right now. Now, as I was saying, this is the part where I'm going to talk about Jules. Jules is one of the nicest, friendliest people I've ever met in the game industry, and he's an honest-to-goodness, hard-working developer. He really cares about video games and the game industry. I can't say enough good things about him. That is not why I'm telling you to back this game. I don't want you to back a game that you're not interested in, but I am telling you that the person behind the game is a very great person, and that's why I'm telling you about it. That's why I'm spreading the word about the Kickstarter, because A, I like the game, and B, I really like Jules. He didn't ask me to tell you about this. He didn't ask me to say anything on the podcast, so
excuse me.
There you go. I just wanted to spread the word on that. Like I said, 25 days to go in the Kickstarter. It's off to a great start. He's got a little less than halfway to go for the total amount. I'm really hoping it gets there. Hello, Spectre. Even if you are not interested in backing the game yourself, it would be great if you could just spread the word through social media or wherever, even in real life. Just spread the word to other people that have a Switch and might be interested in this kind of game. The level editor alone is worth it, I think. The level editor is really cool. He did a really good job with it. It feels just like Super Mario Maker, and actually it offers some deeper customization, I think, than that one did. So yeah, I enjoyed the game. The Kickstarter's live. You got 25 days to go. We'll check on it next week's podcast to let you know where it's at. It's at $17,455 right now. So thank you for letting me talk about that for a little bit. Okay, I got one more thing, and then we're going to get into regular talk. Where is Kirby? Think he's okay?
Yes.
Yes. So this is a funny thing. This is obviously, hello. Oh, no, I said hi to you already. You know that there's a Nintendo Direct this week, and obviously the biggest announcement in that Nintendo Direct was Smash Brothers. Smash Brothers is coming to the Switch in 2018. That's pretty much all we know right now. So it was a very busy day for the Nintendo Direct, and I went through a whole bunch of stuff. And at the end of the day, I was like, I need to do something just like, hello, Malik, Halo. I need to do something just like fun, just like stupid and silly and fun. And I was like, I got a fun idea, or what I thought was a fun idea for a video on the YouTube channel. I was like, I'm going to do something about Smash Brothers, and I'm going to do a fake analysis of characters that I see in the trailer. And I won't give stuff away because I don't want to ruin it. But yeah, so the title that I made for the video, I thought was very clearly like clickbait on purpose, like bolded, capitalized words, and like just worded like a BuzzFeed article. And the thumbnail I made for it used like those stupid like crying emoji faces and stuff like that. And I used like the red circle to circle something on the thumbnail. You know, all the clickbait stuff that everybody does. Now, here's what I thought to myself. I was like, this is so over the top with the title and the thumbnail that everybody's going to know that I'm joking.
I bet everybody did.
And I was like, you know, if you look at my history of the YouTube channel, you know I don't do that stuff. Hello, Kim. Hello, Barry. So I was like, yeah, this is going to be fine. So
Have you ever been on the internet?
I don't know. You know, this is what I honestly thought. I was like, the people that follow my YouTube channel know that I don't do clickbait, and this thumbnail is so unlike anything that I've ever done. It's obvious that this is going to be goofy. Plus,
But the allure of complaining and bitching at someone is so strong.
Plus, I've done stupid, silly videos before. Like, I've done silly stuff. I've done humorous videos before. People know I like to do that. I mean, we do the parents play. Hello, Hylian. Oh, my, that's a great name. This guy's name is Hylian Anticipated.
Ooh.
So I was like, yeah, this is going to go over great. And I put the video live, and like not even 2 minutes after it went live, I lost like 5 subscribers. Like right away. I was like, oh God, this is great. Honestly, I was like, you know, if I lost subscribers, I'm not going to say I'm happy about that, but I'm not upset about it. I'd just be like, man, I didn't realize I made people that upset. So it went on. Hello, who's Mav? I went on and just kept tabs on it through the night while I was working, and I just kept losing more subscribers. So I left a comment on the video, and I was like, I really thought this was like blatantly obvious that it was a joke and meant to be satire. And you know, the majority of people did like it, but let's go. We got YouTube here, right?
Yeah.
YouTube. It's been getting quite the negative response as well, as you can tell. But to those of you who watched it and didn't get angry, thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see.
You're suffering for your art, Romy.
Well, here's the thing. I like to have fun.
That is funny.
I like to be silly and goofy. I often think that, like, our gang of people is cool. They know, like, they don't get stressed out too much, but they do. And sometimes they take things very seriously. And I was talking to Andre over at Game Explain about it, and I was like, boy, some people take video games very seriously, and I honestly forget that sometimes. I mean, like, I take video games seriously, but I'm not like, you know, I don't get angry about them. So the video has 503 likes, so that's great. And it has 162 dislikes.
Is that like
it's
abnormal for your stuff?
It's pretty big for like the average amount of likes and dislikes that I get. Yeah, it is what it is. But for those of you, what am I doing? But for those of you who don't mind funny stuff, for those of you who can take a joke, because yes, it is a joke. I'm warning you now, it's a joke. I don't know. Hello, Calix. I don't know if it's a good joke. Hello, I'd buy that for $1. But it was my attempt at a joke. So watch it, but be warned. It might trigger you, apparently, because quite a few people were triggered. So for those of you who are subscribed to the YouTube channel and didn't run away, even if you didn't like the video, thank you so much. My brain, you should watch it at some point. And
then I can unlike
you're not
it.
even subscribed, are you?
Probably not.
Yep.
You want me to be?
No. Okay. I want people to subscribe if they like the content.
Well, I probably...
So if those people watch that video and they were so offended that they don't like the content, then I understand why they left.
I'll probably like the content.
No, you don't laugh at anything.
That's not true.
All right. That's all the extra stuff out of the way. We got to talk about the other stuff that happened in the world of Nintendo this week. Thank you, the Aloe Wolf. The Name King Clown, I wanted to go further, but I was like, you know, I don't want to stretch this joke for too long. So I thought 3 were good. 3 spoof characters for the video were good. But yes, I did want to do more with it. I had some other ideas. So I'm like, you know, let's keep it short and sweet. And here's the best part. Now, Video Game Donkey did a video like a day later or 2 days later. And he did pretty much the same thing, which, you know, is fine. I don't think he copied me at all. No, I just think he had the same idea. I'm not suggesting that at all. But now I have people emailing me and they're like, you copied Donkey's video. And I'm like, this is 2 days after mine. How could I copy it. I'm not saying he copied. I don't think that at all. And also, I really don't care if he does, to tell you the truth. I'm not saying that. I just thought it was funny that people emailed me and told me I copied Donkey, who had a video 2 days or a day and a half after mine. But that's the internet for you. All right, let's get to some regular news now. Mom Brain.
Yes, my dear.
My Nintendo. The website, not like my Nintendo.
Okay.
You can now use gold points when purchasing a Switch digital game.
Oh, that's cool.
So you register games, you get gold points, and for a long time people were like, why can't we use these to buy Switch games? Well, now you can. 1 point, here's the real kicker, though. Here's what people are upset about. 1 point equals 1 cent.
Oh, boy.
So in other words, you're going to need...
The Switch is going to be done. Its life is going to be over.
Unless you buy a lot of games. But, it depends on how much each... Hi, Kirby. It's Kirby.
Oh, hey, Kirby.
Nice.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm sorry. I'm so late.
It's okay.
I was shaving.
It's okay.
I was shaving, and then I looked at the clock, and it was like 3:30.
Well, good news is you look great.
Thanks.
People were worried where you were. They were like, "Where's Kirby? We need Kirby."
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have realized I was running late.
They said you were getting us Shamrock Shakes. No, it's fine. It's
Oh my
fine.
God, I would love a Shamrock Shake.
She got them earlier, but not for you. I'm so sorry. Hello, Cowboy. Well, you missed all the before the stuff. I just started regular news now.
Anything? What was the Pokemon?
Froakie,
Froakie.
the frog bubble guy.
He makes like a bubbly mane. Isn't that gross?
We talked about. We did the Pokemon. We talked about a contest that we're doing on Twitter. We talked about Chicken Wiggle Workshop Kickstarter.
Mhm.
We talked about people getting mad at me on the internet. Giant Reggie and Sarah and Agent Iron Cat say hello. And Guguk
Goo Goo.
says Goo. Everybody says hi.
Wait, who was mad at you on the internet?
I'll tell you in the after show again. Very quick version. So yeah, 1 point equals 1 cent. So some games are worth more than others. That's a Morrissey song, I think. And they'll add up over time. But yes, if you were hoping I'll buy 3 Switch games and I'll be able to get one for free. Not gonna be the case. But this is how I know this is gonna get me a lot of heat, but this is how I feel. They don't have to do anything. It's nice to have a loyalty program. They don't have to do anything. They don't have to give you anything for buying their game. You just decided to buy the game. So I think just getting anything is nice. Hello, Mega Travis. But I do understand people saying hey, can we get a couple more pennies for each point? Coopzilla says, well, I have a whopping 50 cents left over after all the rest of them have expired. My Nintendo is so awful compared to Club Nintendo. It's not even funny. I will say that objectively, myself, I do believe Club Nintendo was much better. Yes, I will agree with that statement. Yes, Cowboy, you can follow Mom Brain's nail polish tutorial, simply Mom Brain Logical on YouTube. You should do that. And then maybe we can meet her.
Isn't she in Canada?
Yeah, but she's on our side. She's up by Niagara Falls.
She's on our side of Canada?
What do you mean by that?
You mean America?
Canada's huge. She's on the east side of Canada, not the west side. She's a couple hours away from New York City. New York City! Simply Nailogical. Mom Brain, would you do a YouTube nail channel?
No.
Oh, well, if you were going to do a YouTube channel, would you review cats?
I don't think Mom Brain likes being on camera.
He's got a point.
Focus the camera on you.
I mean, I don't think she likes being the center of attention.
The center of attention!
Thank you!
I would do a YouTube video, a channel about cats, and how you could pick them up and squeeze them.
To death. Nintendo Labo is coming out April 20th, 420 Blaze It. And we found out another little detail about one of the games that Nintendo didn't say in their official presentations or show in their official footage. This came from a hands-on event. So we have the Nintendo Labo Piano Toy Con. And we know that's used for other things, but now we found out something else it's used for that we didn't know before. There's a Nintendo Labo fishing game where you use a fishing toy con to catch fish. But with the piano, believe it or not, the piano has a thing that lets you draw square waves, kind of. to make your own sounds, and then each key will do a sound based off of what you've drawn. So you draw it on a piece of paper and feed it into the machine, and the IR camera looks at that shape and makes a sound. But here's the really interesting thing. You can also draw a shape and scan it in through the piano, and that shape can be turned into a fish design for the fishing game. So each key on the keyboard will change the color of the fish based on the design that you drew, and then you can save that and bring it into the fishing game. And with your fishing Toy-Con, you can catch the fish you just drew.
So we could draw Jeff.
Well, I'm thinking it's going to take more like basic shapes, but yes, a rudimentary Jeff, sure, we could do that. Or penises. I'm sure people are going to draw penis fish, and those are going to be in there without a doubt. Boob fish and penis fish. So another little cool feature, again, that Nintendo didn't say, and I'm sure when that comes out, when Nintendo Labo comes out, there's going to be all kinds of little like secret stuff and Easter eggs in there that people discover as they're playing with it. So very cool stuff. Totodile has a top-rated comment. Oh, he's talking to somebody else. Let's see. He says he's talking to Jumpman. Jumpman FR says, I may have some idea of what kind of naughty shapes people are going to make for their custom fish. Yes, as we were saying. And Totodile responds to that and says, poopy shape. and then Jumpman says, that's not what I was thinking. And Totodile says, oh, haha, a booger shape. There you go. Poopy and booger shape. Yep. I mean, what's the this is a philosophical question. What is the shape of a booger? Like poop.
Oval.
Poopy has a shape.
I would say a booger is like oval, maybe.
Oval, really?
It depends. They're
if I was going to draw a booger, I would
draw circles.
I would draw cornflakes.
Oh yeah.
Like that, but that's not a shape. A cornflake shape. There's no like one cornflake shape.
Yeah, cornflake is like an oval, but like,
irregular.
Yeah, like an irregular shaped oval.
Nader Die says you could draw a scuba diver. Oh my God, that's a great idea. And then he could be swimming around, or she could be swimming around down there. Kirby Star Allies launches this coming week, the 16th, everybody. The brand new Kirby game for Switch is coming out later next week because it's Saturday. But there is a demo, as you know. The demo released finally in North America and was in Europe for a little bit. And data miners have sifted through the demo, and they found out some details. And these details are spoiler on the main game. So, in interest of time and interest for those who do not want things spoiled, I think I'm not going to read this because there's a lot. And it is like, we're talking about like mid to end game content here. So it's a lot of spoilers. I mean, it's the real deal. Like I said, it came straight from the demo, unless there's stuff that was left in the demo that isn't going to be in the final game as far as data goes. But yeah, you can like characters and fights and stuff like that. So if you want that stuff spoiled, you can go read that on your own time. I won't force you to block your ears for the podcast. You're lucky we're running out of time because I would have read it. But yeah, go check out that story if you're interested. Oh, now we're back to this stupid story. Last week we talked about how Blizzard sent out a tweet and there was a Diablo nightlight and they were switching it on and off, and fans were like, Diablo 3 is coming to the Switch. And I was like, I don't know about that. And Blizzard made a comment. I forget who they made a comment to, but they were like, we're not that smart. This was a like community engagement piece or something like that. Yeah, a fun engagement piece. So I thought that's where it was going to end. But then our friends over at Eurogamer, who are in the know, they say that an insider at Blizzard told Eurogamer that the game definitely is in production for the Switch, and the official reveal for the announcement will be a few months from now. So, I would guess E3, maybe they would announce it. So that leaves everybody once again wondering, was this tweet a tease? I mean, even if the game is announced for Switch, we don't know if this tweet was a tease. It could have just been a tweet. I don't know. But like I said, Eurogamer says it's still on. The game is coming. It's not a rumor. It's the real deal. And we'll find out in a few months. I can't imagine if we don't find out before E3 or like we're going to find out at E3. If we don't find out at E3, then I don't think it's real. Like there's no better time to announce it. Doesn't make any sense. Low Camp has the first comment, and he says, in the remote chance of this rumor turning out to be true, they better add John Tron's favorite class. I do not know what his favorite class is, but I don't know. I don't know. We don't even know if the damn game's coming to the Switch. We'll find out. Hey, there was a Nintendo Direct this week.
Wait, the game was Diablo? You said?
Diablo 3.
Diablo 3.
Diablo Trace.
I didn't know you had a favorite class.
So there was a Nintendo Direct announcement, followed by yet another rumor of South Park coming to the Switch.
The fractured
butthole. And if you didn't watch the Nintendo Direct, then we'll give you the answer on that in an upcoming segment, but we're not there yet. The IHS Markit, who does market research, has projected that Nintendo will overtake Microsoft's gaming market share in 2018. They say Nintendo is expected to have a larger share of the console market than Microsoft this year. $10 billion was spent globally on Xbox hardware, software, and services in 2017, and spending on Nintendo products was around $8 billion, and this is double what Nintendo did in 2016. And Microsoft actually saw a slight year-on-year decrease. IHS Markit says Nintendo products and services should be over $11 billion in 2018, while Microsoft is expected to dip to around $9 billion. Growth for Nintendo is expected to detract from spending on both Xbox and PlayStation. But if you're wondering, yes, PlayStation is still very far ahead. Clearly, the leader of, well, I guess you would call it the PS4, Xbox One, Wii U generation, but now it is the Switch generation. And as you can see, the Switch has made quite a dent in things, and that is only going to continue, it seems like. Evil C has first comment. He says, and yet Switch still can't get a port of Burnout Paradise. I hear that port's not too hot, so maybe we lucked out.
And Burnout Paradise wasn't that great.
Yes, that's the right answer. Yeah, I want a traditional Burnout game. I don't get it.
I'd be fine with just a remake of one of the second or third games.
Yes. There's no other racing game outside of Mario Kart, which I feel is completely different, that I've played as much as I've played the original Burnout games, because they're a ton of fun.
It's so much fun to just destroy other cars.
I don't get it. I don't get why they were like
cause huge accidents that kill hundreds of people.
I don't get why EA was like, we know what will make this better. Less crashing and more regular racing. I don't have any problem with the regular racing in the game. That's fine. But the crash stuff was what separated the game from other racing games.
All those other racing games, it's what made it unique, and they ruined it.
EA has Need for Speed. They have Need for Speed. Why can't they just let Burnout be Burnout? One, over the top, semi-realistic racing game, and one not over the top, semi-realistic racing game. Not simulation, but
and one completely
and one
over
insane.
The top
yeah, I don't
racing game.
Makes me so angry.
Did you just try to rip your penis off?
It's gone. It's never there to begin with. LinkedIn, another profile for a developer. This is a retro developer. We're not going to name names. But everybody's been, for a long time, trying to figure out what retro's doing. Well, this retro developer had this to say on their LinkedIn profile. Working with a highly skilled team to bridge the gaps between game design needs and telling a compelling story in a meaningful world. Finding the best ways to construct the narrative we want the player to experience with the tools and restrictions available through text, dialogue, and non-traditional storytelling. Narrative specializations in world building, character development, design, integration, non-linear storytelling, and prose fiction. So, obviously, they're not like, we're working on Kid Icarus. No specific game mentions, but now we know some of what they're doing as far as the focus. There's a lot of focus on story and how it's delivered in the game. So, while it is a tiny tidbit, hello, Blue D Warrior, it's still a nice update to hear, even if it wasn't officially announced by Nintendo or Retro. It's a LinkedIn profile. The Destructo94 has the top-rated comment, and he says, this is obviously referring to Donkey Kong Country: Return of the Kremlings, where we find out that where K. Rool has been this whole time, and dive deep into the childhood and psyche of our favorite insane Crocodile King. Yeah, if it was another Donkey Kong game, I think people would, well, they'd whine on the internet, but I think there would be quite a bit of outrage because back when Tropical Freeze was announced, people were really hoping for another Metroid and from Retro, and that was not the case. And they were like, "Here's another Donkey Kong," and that made fans very angry and led to the whole thing about, it led to the whole Metroid debacle, let's say. So yeah, I don't think it doesn't look like Retro's working on another Donkey Kong, but you never know. Maybe it's like Donkey Kong 64 too. Hello, Steel Diver. North America, this week's downloads. What do we get? We got The Trail Frontier Challenge. We also got Turtle Pop Journey to Freedom.
Turtle Pop.
Good name. What a great name. We got the Neo Geo game Real Bout Fatal Fury on the Switch. We got A Whole New World on Switch. We got Bleed 2 on Switch. We got Coffin Dodgers on Switch.
Isn't that what we all are?
That's on March 13th. It's coming to Switch. Well, it's a racing game where you're old people. This is true.
This sounds... I think that's what my grandfather plays whenever he goes out in the car.
Do you drive coffins?
I think some of the carts are coffins.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Danmaku Unlimited 3, which I believe is a bullet hell shooter, or at least a shooter. That's coming to Switch on March 13th. Earthlock is on the Switch. Flint Hook is on the Switch. iZombies on the Switch. Midnight Deluxe is on the Switch. One-Eyed... Oh, boy. How do you say this? K-U-T-K-H.
K-U-T-K-H?
Yeah.
Kutk.
One-Eyed Kutk is available on the Switch. Spiral Splatter is on the Switch. Spy Chameleon's on the Switch. Sterden Binary Stars is on Switch. The Men of Yoshiwara Ogiya is on Switch. Now, I want to mention something about that real quick. It's a visual novel for... it's aimed at women.
Yeah, I remember your description of the game was really funny.
Yeah. Would never have thought it would get localized, but here we are. I'm happy it did. And then finally, Brick Through is available on the 3DS. So a very Switch-focused week. And hopefully there's some things in there you like. I will personally tell you there's some games in there that are quite enjoyable. Steel Diver has the first comment. He says, might give Turtle Pop a try if it's like Honey Pop. We'll be getting the limited run games of Flint Hook, as I don't believe in digital. That is funny. I don't think Turtle Pop is like Honey Pop. I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Turtle and if you already Journey to Freedom.
you already spent your money, Steel Diver, then
I'm
sorry. There's nothing I can do to help you. This week, Nintendo filed some Switch patents, and one of them is quite familiar. Well, I guess they're both familiar because one patent is for a keyboard for the Switch. I mean, that's familiar. But this, it's just a keyboard. I don't think it's anything special. Yeah, it looks like a keyboard. And here's the other one that I was saying looks familiar. They've patented the Donkey Konga bongos for Switch, or at least something that looks very, very, very much like the Donkey Konga bongos. I mean, look at that. That's a Donkey Konga bongo.
Well, they could just be two
barrels. Oh, yeah.
Giant barrels. That's the mega game where you actually have to get in a giant barrel to play it. Okay. And a friend.
So are the... I just realized, are the Donkey Kong bongos, are they meant to look like barrels? Because he throws barrels?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I never really paid that much attention to him.
Yes, you just figured it out.
Yep.
So yeah, as we always say with every Nintendo patent, just because they make the patent doesn't mean that there's actually going to be a physical release for these things. Sometimes they just patent ideas.
Like, remember when they patented the system that was going to be the Switch and it was just a screen with a hole in it?
I also remember when they patented the... it was like some sort of like... rocking horse device you rode on for the Wii. And you like held on with the Wii mode. Oh man. Clark 2K says, I loved Donkey Kong on the GameCube. I could definitely buy a similar game. He says the 257 millimeter indicator in the picture is a microphone, so I'm happy to see the clap sensor is still there. Let's see if I can find that. Wii patent horse. Let's try that. Oh my god, I forgot all about this one. This is just as funny. What is going on here? Look. Look at this. I don't understand what he's doing.
I don't either.
The low down one.
It's so good. And the guy's face is so good. It's a guy with a Wiimote and a nunchuck. And he's sitting on like a cushion. And it's got the Wiimote on it, and he's holding the nunchuck out in front of him, like I guess he's riding a horse.
Like Gundam style, but sitting down.
Yeah, right. But like the cushion is like part of the patent, and they show like you could put risers on the cushion to like sit on it like it's a stool. Oh man, that's funny. Ooh, I haven't seen that guy's face in a long time. That's really funny. Yeah, they also have the old patent where it was a football with a Wiimote inside of it, which never came to be, but not as good as this guy. All right, Europe. What did Europe get? What? Europe got Flint Hook. They got Fear Effects. No, they didn't. Fear Effects Sedna is still not until March 20th. No. Fear Effects Sedna is out. It's on sale until March 20th. There's a special sale. North is available on the Switch. In North, you play a man who applies for asylum in a city filled with strange creatures and strange customs. Dealing with the issue of the contemporary refugee crisis while at the same time being deeply rooted in classical cyberpunk atmosphere, North features a dark synth-pop soundtrack, a sprawling megacity, and weird monster-like inhabitants. Well, there you go. Real Bout Fatal Fury is on the Switch. 30-in-1 game collection is on Switch. Bit Dungeon Plus is on Switch. Bleed 2 on Switch. Earthlock on Switch. iZombie on Switch. Midnight Deluxe on Switch. Stare Den Binary Stars on Switch. The Men of Yoshiwara, Ogiya is on Switch. World Conqueror X is on Switch. Scribblenauts Showdown on Switch. Kona on Switch. Northern Canada, 1970. A strange blizzard ravages Atomipek. Let's say that. Atomipek Lake. Step into the shoes of a detective to explore the eerie village, investigate surreal events, and battle the elements to survive. Kona is a chilly interactive tale you won't soon forget. One-eyed. No.
Willie?
No, the word I had you pronounce. One-eyed is available on Switch. Spy Chameleon's on Switch. Turtle.
I mean, One-eyed Jackson and One-eyed Willie are two really great answers.
Yeah, but the
be a dear and go refill my coffee.
Yeah. Turtle Pop Journey to Freedom is on Switch. Rocket League got DLC, as did Toho Kobuto 5 Burst Battle. We're not doing pre-orders or special offers. 3DS eShop got Cycle of Eternity Space Anomaly. Oh, no themes this week. I'm so sorry, Mom Brain. Hello, Blood Ocean. I haven't looked over here in a while. Hello, William George. Hello, the Egg Buster. Man, I'm glad I looked over. Hello, Green Bolt. I missed all these people. What an asshole. I'm such an asshole.
Such an asshole.
I'm such an asshole. Hi, everybody. Sorry for being an asshole. So there's your European releases for this week. Okay, let's see what you guys had to say. I sent the Egg Buster a Snapchat the morning of the YouTube video getting blasted, and I was like, I don't know how you do it, man, because he does all YouTube all the time. So Shillelagh says Scribblenauts Showdown is the only real standout title for me this week. Then maybe Bleed 2 and Earthlock to a lesser degree. Speaking of Earthlock, why is it $25 on Switch when it's released on Wii U eShop not too long ago and it costs $10? Why? Here's something pretty cool.
Okay.
Gravity Rush 2, the sequel to Gravity Rush. Mm-hmm. Neither of these games are on Nintendo platforms. They are PlayStation only, so they were on the PS4 and the Vita. Maybe PS3? I don't know. One of their developers, Takeshi Oga, he's a concept artist. He was doing this interview, and he's like, "Yeah, when I was making the first game, the higher ups were like, hey, we want you to make a computer, and the computer is how the character figures out where to go next." And he was like, he said to them, "Okay." And then when they left, he was like, "I don't want to make a computer." So he made a flower. He's like, this is what it's going to be. It's going to be a flower. And it worked. So I guess they didn't complain. Hello, Ryan. So the sequel went into development, and the higher-ups were like, hey, we want you to make that flower that shows everybody where to go. And he said, okay. And then when they left, he was like, I want to make a flower.
I'll make a computer.
So he decided to change it up again. And it's still like plant-based. It's not exactly a flower, but it's plant-based. But here's the question. Why are we talking about this? It has nothing to do with Nintendo. Well, Mr. Oga was inspired by none other than Satoru Iwata, the late, great Satoru Iwata, who used to do the directly to you motion in Nintendo Directs. It was his thing, and other developers still do it to this day. Just happened this week. And Mr. Oga was inspired by that. So in Gravity Rush 2, the plants in a specific section of the game that tell you where to go are basically giant hands that come out of the ground and point to where you're supposed to go. And he said this was directly inspired by Iwata's famous gesture. So Iwata is forever part of a Sony game, which is kind of crazy, but also cool. Somebody, hold on. Ryan says, I came running back to the computer because I heard so much hysterical laughing. Oh my goodness, what did I miss? Did someone fall out of a chair? It's when we were laughing at that patent.
Oh, yeah.
And Rachel said RMC was looking at an old patent, and that's all she said. Ryan's got to be like, that doesn't sound funny at all.
Well,
Get this, he was looking at a patent.
I mean, if you'd only seen the patent you were looking at.
Never. All right, it's deleted from the internet now. Swedish Galaxy 94 says, never thought that when I played the game. Well, now you know. Yeah, I played the first one and loved it. I have not played the second one yet, but I have it. One of many games in my backlog. Nikki Hill was just talking to me about his backlog. So much stuff I got to catch up on.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Nintendo Direct. Nintendo Direct happened this week. On Wednesday, they were like, hey, Nintendo Direct tomorrow. And then it happened, and it was, I think, for the majority of people, it was the quintessential Nintendo Direct. It is what people hope for and want from a Nintendo Direct. All kinds of surprises. One really big announcement.
And pies of
all sizes. So here's what happened in the Direct. This is from my live blog. I'll scoop up any other details that I missed through the official press release.
Bring lots of spaghetti.
I have been saying for a while now that I really want a new WarioWare. And they have announced the new WarioWare. The thing is, they announced it for 3DS. I'm fine with that. The Wario, there's no Wario games on a 3DS. No regular WarioWare games on 3DS. As far as I can think of. I wanted it on Switch. I'm hopeful there will still be another one on Switch at some point. But we're getting a new WarioWare game, which I'm really happy about. It's called WarioWare Gold. It includes over 300 micro games. Some old, some brand new. It's coming out August 3rd, 2018. And it's classic WarioWare style. I love it. It's weird. Tweezers pulling nose hairs out of guys and tears and all that stuff. I love it. Dylan's Red Heat Breakers, which is another, what was the name of that first game? Dylan's Rolling Western, which was on the 3DS. The sequel, which was announced for Japan a while ago, is coming stateside. There will be a demo on May 10th, and the full game comes out May 24th. That's not going to be retail here, but I believe it is retail in Europe. Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story is getting a remake for 3DS. It's called Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey. So just like the last Mario and Luigi remake, this one will also include brand new content, a side story that shows you what Bowser Jr. was up to during the main storyline of Bowser's Inside Story. So here's the real kicker. This is coming out in 2019. I don't know why they announced it now. It seems like so far out to announce it, but they did. We got a reconfirmation that Detective Pikachu is coming out on 3DS on March 23rd, 2018. And just to remind people, Danny DeVito is not providing the voice of Detective Pikachu in that. And they also surprised us with a brand new, or I will say a remake of Luigi's Mansion for the 3DS. The original Luigi's Mansion is coming to the 3DS, and it includes a brand new boss rush mode. So as you can see, when it comes to 3DS, Nintendo's taking a very specific approach now that the system's in its twilight years. what will most likely be the last really full year of content. It's going to be a handful of new games and a lot of remakes and stuff like that. And like I said, the Mario and Luigi game is coming out 2019, but I'm going to think, hello. Oh my God. How do I say your name? The X-Tabenton. Is it Tabenton? That's not right at all.
Renegade Angel.
Why? I don't even know what I was saying.
Something about the 3DS.
Oh, yeah. I don't think 2019 is going to have a full year's worth of content from Nintendo. I think 2018 will be the last full year. Hello, I'm an FNT Rex, and the Eggbuster says, if you don't lose subscribers for at least some of the videos you make, you aren't working far enough. Well, thank you, the Eggbuster. I appreciate it. And he says, so that means you're doing well. Yeah. Hello, Murky Water. Holy bajolies, there are 1 billion people in here today. Look at that, 1 billion.
A whole cool.
Google says 1 billion. A cool bill. Thanks for joining us, everybody. So that's your 3DS jazz. Now let's move on to the Switch. Boom, number 1. Okami HD is coming to the Switch this summer. You can play it with motion control, paintbrush, Joy-Con if you want, or you can play with regular controls, or you can play it on the touchscreen and use your finger to paint. Coming out, like I said, this summer. Sushi Striker, which was announced for the 3DS at last year's E3, is still coming to the 3DS, but it's also coming to the Switch. It's a puzzle game where you throw sushi at people and you match the plates and the types of sushi. You like sushi?
I do.
Coming out on Switch and 3DS June 8th. We got an official announcement of a release date for Octopath Traveler. It is coming out this year. We also learned about 2 new characters. Tressa the Merchant, who has the purchase ability, and Alfin the Apothecary, who has the Inquire option. The game is due at July 13th, 2018, so not too far off. And there are 2 versions of the game, the regular version or I forget what it's called. It's like the Wayfarers edition or something, a limited edition, which includes a really cool looking like diorama box and diarrhea box and a soundtrack selection CD and a special coin and an art book thingy and a map. There's a whole bunch of really cool stuff in there. It looks awesome. So like I said, July 13th. Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes was reconfirmed for release this year. They didn't give a specific date, but we got to see first gameplay footage and looks delicious. Oh, I can't wait for this game. It's over the top. It's crazy. It's weird. It's wacky. It's exactly what I want from No More Heroes and Suda 51. So like I said, no official date yet, but please go watch that footage. It looks really cool. Dark Souls Remastered is going to get a network test before it launches. So because obviously there's been no Dark Souls games on any Nintendo platforms, they're launching this one soon. What is it? May? April? I don't remember. Somebody tell me. But they're doing a network test first, so you'll be able to get in there and try some of it out. And one of the real kickers, an amiibo was announced for Dark Souls Remastered, believe it or not.
Yeah,
the Solaire of Astora. It's the sun pose or whatever that praised the sun. The big meme with all the kids a few months ago.
Oh, it's a meme too.
Yes, it is a meme.
It's a meme.
It's a meme.
A meme.
They are actually doing an amiibo. When they showed the amiibo, I couldn't help but laugh. I'm like, Nintendo very rarely uses/gets memes in funny ways. They'll just be like, it'll be like a popular meme, and they'll just like fart it out there, and everybody's like, "Come on, Nintendo!"
It's
but
like when most big companies like hear about memes.
Yes,
it's like a fellow kids.
But the thing here is, this is dedication to the meme. They're turning the meme into a physical thing. So
yeah, when I first saw it, I thought it was like something somebody did. Like a
yeah, right.
project.
If I saw this like outside of the direct, I'd be like, "Oh, that's somebody's joke." No, it's the real deal. At least in North America, it is a GameStop exclusive amiibo. So if I was reading comments from people on there like, son of a bitch, the first amiibo I have to buy. And yes, it does something in the game. It lets you use the Praise the Sun, whenever you want. I played the original Dark Souls a very little bit. I got into the series later on, so that's why I'm excited for Remaster to come out, because now I'm more familiar with the franchise and I can get in and play the one I pretty much missed. They talked a buttload about Mario Tennis Aces, all kinds of stuff. They went out of their way to basically say, hey, remember that Mario Tennis game on a Wii U? Yeah, we know that sucked. Here's the real deal tennis game. Like, this has the story mode and all kinds of extra features and all kinds of special moves and new tactics. And it also has a classic mode if that's your thing. You can use motion controls if you want. 4-player, online multiplayer, all kinds of stuff. So this is definitely fully fleshed out sports title from Nintendo and Camelot. Got me really excited for the game, actually, because I like Nintendo sports games when I actually, put some time into them. And this one, they certainly are. And we got a release date. It comes out June 22nd, 2018. And one of the real cool things in this is you can break your opponent's racket if you hit them with certain moves enough over the face or right over their stupid face. Here's something I've seen a lot of people asking for, and Nintendo, I guess, was listening, which is weird. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is coming to the Switch and the 3DS. Oh. It has a new co-op mode on the Switch that allows another player to add in some assistance. It's not a second player, as in like Toadette walking around, but it is you have the ability to interact with the puzzles and help out the other players. So, like, throw turnips at enemies and stuff like that. I
wouldn't waste good turnips on an enemy.
And it also has new levels based on Super Mario Odyssey as well. So new levels and a new co-op mode. And like I said, there's also a 3DS port coming. And those all come out the same day. They're due out July 13th. I love Captain Toad. I think it's one of the hidden gems of the Wii U library. Because the Wii U didn't do well. Captain Toad, I don't think stood a chance. It's just such like a, as far as Nintendo goes, it's a spin-off character, obviously, and a spin-off game and a niche genre and stuff like that. But Captain Toad, absolutely love it. I can't say enough good things about it. So if you missed out on it on Wii U for whatever reason, pick up one of these versions because you're going to love it. I guarantee it. Here's something that was rumored a very long time ago. And then that just kind of died down. And now it's confirmed. Undertale is coming to the Switch. One of my favorite games. I love Undertale. So a long time ago, before the Switch was out, somebody noticed that a Nintendo developer or someone at Nintendo had tweeted, what's his name? Toby Fox, the developer of Undertale. And everybody's like, oh my God, Nintendo's bringing Undertale to the Wii U or the 3DS or something. And nothing ever happened. There was no other mention, no other discussion. Nothing was out there for anyone to see. But it seems they were working on it for a really long time. And there's another reason why this is really interesting. It's because Undertale uses a engine called Game Maker Studio. And Nintendo, during this Direct, or right after the Direct, a press release came out that said the Switch is going to support Game Maker Studio 2 in this summer. And that is why Undertale is coming to the Switch, because they needed that engine to be supported to make this game happen. So this is going to cause a whole big rush of other indie developers that have games using Game Maker Studio or Game Maker Studio 2 because they couldn't get their games on Switch without porting it to another engine. And sometimes the indie developer doesn't have the money or time or resources to do that. Sometimes they just don't know how to do it. They have to find a publisher that has that expertise. So it was a roadblock, but now with this happening, we're going to see another big rush. We've already seen like 3 developers since the Nintendo Direct say, like, this is supported now. We're bringing our game to Switch without a doubt. One developer was like, oh my God, this is on Switch now. Day one, I'm doing it. He's like, I'm announcing it right now. We're bringing our game to Switch, which is really cool. So look forward to more of that stuff. But yes, Undertale coming to Switch at an unspecified date. I think it said eventually in the trailer. Not any sooner than summer, I would suspect. Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy, another game that is rumored for Switch, is indeed coming to Switch. And I can't tell you how much crap I got from people when I posted this rumor saying, Crash is Sony. Those games are never coming to Nintendo. And I was like, first, the majority of Crash Bandicoot games have been on Nintendo platforms. The original 3 have not. Activision is the owner of the Crash Bandicoot brand now. They want to bring it to Switch, they can bring it to Switch. And they are bringing it to Switch. It's officially happening. So the first game, the second game, the third game, first time ever on the Switch. If you've never played the original Crash Bandicoot games, which are the best ones, you can get this trilogy on the Switch July 10th, 2018. Highly recommend them. Those games are fantastic. Oh, if I was
Ugh.
a jerk,
Oh,
I thought about doing a video, but I didn't because I'm like, I don't want to be like that, but it'd be really funny, and I know people will like it. I'll never forget that commercial with the guy in a Crash Bandicoot suit who was outside Nintendo's offices, and he's like, oh, "Watch out, plumber boy!" Blah 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 blah, all that crap. And that was
so
for the
stupid.
it was for the original games. And now look, Crash, you're on the Switch. You jerk.
You're working for the plumber boy now.
It makes me so happy. It's one of those. I always try not to be like an asshole on the internet, but it's one of those things where I'm like, oh, I really want to make a video about that, but I'm not. I said my piece now. You got it. I bought the originals on PlayStation when they came out. I just like Crash Bandicoot in general. Little Nightmares is coming to the Switch, and it includes all the past DLC and includes
Hello Kitty.
a Pac-Man hat because it's published by Bandai Namco.
Oh.
It's coming out May 18th,
I like the way you
2018.
said it. Pac-Man hat.
A Pac-Man hat. Little Nightmares is a game that Mom Brain will probably hate. It's like a puzzle sneaking platformer where people are chasing you all the time and like looking for you, and you're gonna like hide
Give
from
you
them.
monkey bites.
It's all about monkey bites, yeah. Like I said earlier, there was a rumor of South Park coming to the Switch, and it's confirmed.
Fractured butthole.
South Park, God, hearing the Nintendo announcers say it was so funny. South Park, the fractured butthole is
Super fractured butthole.
is coming to Switch, and they'll have the season pass for all the DLC and everything. It's getting the same DLC that the other versions have gotten and are getting. And that's right around the corner. It's coming out April 24, 2018. That is retail and digital, either way. Hyrule Warriors we already knew about, but we didn't have a release date. Now we have a release date. It's coming out May 18th, 2018. Splatoon 2 version 3.0, that's a free update, is coming out late April, and it includes 100 pieces of new gear. It also includes 3 new stages and a brand new rank, rank X. So now you can go above the S rank. And Callie will appear in the Octo Canyon if you fulfill certain requirements. But here's the really cool thing. This was such an awesome trailer. Nintendo also announced that Splatoon 2 is getting an Octo expansion. This is paid DLC. It's $20. It comes out this summer. It's a brand new single-player campaign with a brand new character. They said something insane. There's like 90 stages or something like that, and it's all about like this underground, like seedy, like subway system that takes you all these weird places there. But it's all single player campaign focused. I love the single player stuff in Splatoon and Splatoon 2, and this is more of that, like dialed up to 11. Plus, you get some more storyline details on other characters. So really, really, really cool stuff. I'm super excited for this. I wish it wasn't coming out summer. I want it now. But yes, paid DLC, $20 this summer. And also, if you finish all that content in the DLC, you'll be able to play as an Octoling in multiplayer, which nobody else can do. Also, if you can get the DLC right now, you can pre-order it or preload, whatever you want to call it. It's not really preload yet. But if you pre-purchase the DLC now, then you get Octo headgear and clothing that you can use right now. So you can get some content in-game now, but the DLC itself doesn't come out until summer. And then finally, Nintendo, so they did this big Octo, what's it called? Octo expansion trailer, which was like a big deal. It was a big way to end the presentation. I was like, man, that looks really cool. And they were like, that ends today's Nintendo Direct. And then they were like, oh, wait, one more thing. And they showed the Inkling boy and girl, the original like Splatoon 1 designs running around, and they're shooting each other. And then the screen goes dark, and the Inkling girl turns around, and she sees the Smash Brothers logo. Smash Brothers is coming to the Switch in 2018. 2018!
That's this year.
That is this year. We're getting Smash Brothers on Switch this year. So now we know the Octolings, or with the Inklings, I'm sorry, are playable in Smash. And in the trailer, they also showed a silhouette of Mario and a silhouette of Link, but Link is in the Breath of the Wild style, so he could have a whole new moveset there. And his final Smash could be related to the Divine Beasts or something like that. And then there's other characters teased. Very, it's like a little like lineup of characters in the background. It's very hard to make out. But there's some, there's nobody surprising in there that we can definitely make out. It's pretty much the regulars, that are in any base Smash Brothers game.
I'm sure there's like a 30-minute video on YouTube.
There are
where they try and like figure out who the characters.
Yeah, I mean they're not going to tease like fancy new characters that way. So you see stuff like Bowser, and Yoshi, and Kirby, and the people you expect to be in Smash Brothers. I don't know.
Wigglytuff.
Wigglybuff. So that's your Nintendo Direct. It was a pretty damn good one. One of the best I can think of in recent memory. And I'm not hard to please when it comes to the Nintendo Directs, but this one was a cut above the rest, I would say. Let's see what the first comment is. It's probably from before the Direct started, so it's going to be funny to read. Toon Link King 777 says, Golden Sun Switch, please. I'm sorry that didn't happen. Adam said, in before Smash Brothers. Well, Adam, you got your wish, my friend. Good for you. We have news in the chat coming from Murky Water. He's given us an exclusive. Max Headroom is going to be in Smash Brothers.
Oh wow, that'd be an interesting crossover.
Oh, apparently our friends in Nintendo Life said that Max Headroom is coming. Man, I'm a big fan of Max Headroom. I'm down with that. It's been so long since we've seen him do anything. All right, we don't need to do that press release because I covered it. I guess there are a couple things in here I should mention. Let me browse through it really quickly because there's some stuff I didn't say. We did Mario Tennis. We did Kirby. We did that. 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 All these.
We just did so many things.
There's going to be an ARMS US and Canada online open tournament, which in the game's ranked mode. Running now through March 18th. The 8 top players in these preliminary rounds will have an opportunity to move onto the finals that are online March 31st. The finals will be streamed live from Nintendo's headquarters. That's kind of cool. There's also going to be another ARMS test punch, a global test punch. Let you try out select modes for free, and it runs for 3 days starting on March 31st. Okay, I knew there was that. All right, that's it. We're good. We got everything else there. So yeah, it was a hell of a week for Nintendo fans. What do we got here? Oh yeah, also if you want to see, and I mean every single screenshot, piece of art, box, picture of Amiibo, all that stuff. Everything that Nintendo released after the Nintendo Direct, I have grouped together into a single Flickr set. You're welcome to take those images and do with them as you please. I don't care. You don't have to credit me or anything like that. I just grabbed everything from the asset room and lumped it all together for you at their full resolution for you guys to do whatever. Sift through, just look at them, turn them into spicy memes or whatever kids do nowadays. Also,
so
the wonderful.
That's how they say it.
Let's start a push to get it to be pronounced meme. Also, the wonderful Nintendo grabbed all the European assets and put those into a gallery as well, which you can find on the site. So Europe, North America, we got you covered. There you go. Oh, we're late. That's today's Nintendo Direct. Or that's today's podcast news.
All right.
Kirby, what have you been playing?
Same as last week. More Bayonetta 2 and more Breath of the Wild. Last thing I did in Breath of the Wild was... do you know the trial where you have to kill the 3 giant trolls?
Yes.
What are they called in the game? Hinox?
Hinox, yeah.
Hinox.
Whatever.
Hinox,
Who the hell knows
the
how to pronounce them?
Hinoses.
Yes.
Many of them.
the 3 Hinoses. And it's funny because I just at first I didn't even know it was like an actual trial to like open a shrine. I just kind of like stumbled upon one of them, and I noticed he had like a ball hanging around his neck, and I think it was like the last one you were supposed to kill. So I killed him, and I was like, what am I supposed to do with this thing? And then I found the next guy, and I'm like, what? Now I got 2 of these things, and I had no idea what I was supposed to do with them. And then I finally found like, the actual like spot on the hilltop where you're supposed to like insert the 3 balls, and like there's the tablet, and it like reveals the name of the actual trial,
Yeah.
which was like the three giant brothers. And when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, they were brothers. I feel so bad now.
Well, don't feel bad. They're all together, just
I guess,
in the afterlife.
Like when you think about it, like when you come across them, they're just like sleeping and minding their own business, and then you like wake them up and like murder them.
It's true. It's true. Well, you have to live with your decisions. I'm sorry.
That's true. Yeah.
Anything else?
That was all I played.
Oh. Mom Brain?
Yeah.
You play anything?
Cat condo.
How's that going for you?
It's just nice.
Tell me about your latest cats.
I don't have anything new. Takes a while to get new cats once you reach my level.
Sounds like you're slacking.
I know.
So that's it? All right. Well, I played... I've been playing more Part-Time UFO, the game from HAL on mobile devices, and I've been enjoying my alien life on this planet, collecting cheerleaders and moving around boxes of oranges and catching fish and whatever else you do. But I talked about that last week. I have been so busy, it's hard for me to find time to play games, and my best shot at playing a game is Friday night into Saturday morning, and I had a block of time last night, and I was like, let me pick up a game that I know I can finish in one sitting, because I heard it's a short game. Plus, I was very interested in playing it. So, I played Subsurface Circular on the Switch. Subsurface Circular is made by the guy who made Thomas Was Alone, the multiple award-winning game, which I absolutely love. Did I make you play that?
You didn't. But I should.
Thomas Was Alone is about like a little square that's trying to figure out why he's a square and what life means, and you know.
Aren't we all?
It's really cool. It was a really cool game, so I'm definitely down with that developer. And their latest game is Swedish Galaxy wants to know, will Kirby try Kirby next week?
Oh, right, there's a new Kirby.
I mean, you can play the demo now.
Yeah, sure.
Subsurface Circular is a new game from that developer. And it is a visual novel for all intents and purposes. You never leave the setting that you're in, and the setting that you're in is a subway car. And the subway system is called the Subsurface Circular because it's underground, and only robots travel on it. And the top side, the topsoil, is for humans. And robots have taken on, like, these are, like humanoid robots walking around, but they don't look, they have arms, legs, and a head, but they don't look like humans because the creators wanted to avoid the uncanny valley, which is, when something aims to look really realistic, the little issues with it really stand out and make it look not right. So they don't give them faces. They just have like a head, but it's like, like a square, and they're not like flesh colored or anything. They're like red and blue and green and stuff like that. But each robot has like a job. Some of them are nannies. Some of them are workers. Some are in an army. Some are a whole bunch of things. And your character is a detective, and you are assigned cases to take from management. Management is the humans. And you can only take on cases that you are provided by management because that's your directive. But the game starts off with you in a subway car with another robot, and you make some small talk, and this robot tells you that his friend has gone missing. And it's up to you to decide if you want to break your directive and hunt down or solve the mystery behind this missing person on your own, or if you just want to stay working for management. And it's a one-game sitting without a doubt. I'd say it's a couple hours maybe. And like I said, you never leave the setting that you're in. It's always a subway car. It's more robots coming in and off the subway car at different stops, and you talk to them and interrogate them and stuff like that. And it's all dialogue choices. That's all you're going to see. So I know that might sound boring, but it has a really cool look to it. It's very cyberpunkish. And there's no real soundtrack to it. There are some robots that are listening to music, and when you talk to them, you hear their music playing. Because you don't have a mouth. You make like
because you're a square.
Wireless links with them. So it's like basically it'd be like if we were talking to each other with telepathy. So you're in their head, so you hear the music that they're listening to.
Out of my head.
It's very cool, and it's one of those games that really makes you think, and it's one of those games that definitely plays into the world that we're living in nowadays, and lots of like philosophical stuff to think about. It's not hard to understand at all by any means, but it gives you a lot to think about. And the end game is you have to make a decision. That's all I'm going to say. But it's very cool. One of those experiences that I play, I'm like, man, I got to tell more people about this. And like I said, quick to get through. And the cool thing is when you beat it once, you can go through again with developer commentary. They add another robot to the subway car, and he sits with you the whole time, and you can talk to him and ask him questions about stuff. And it's the developer's voice, and he tells you what's going on. So that's a cool thing to get after you play through once. I really like it. I played it, which I rarely play games like this, but I played it in portable mode. I plugged in my headphones, and I was playing it handheld. And it does so many really cool things with HD Rumble. It might be the best use of HD Rumble yet. Not like that, Momry. So when you're in a subway car, you know, you're passing through tunnels and there's big like light installments and stuff like that. And when you pass by them in a subway car, you know, if you were in a real subway car, you would feel that stuff. In the game, you feel that in HD Rumble and you feel it rush through your hands. So like the light will pass by and you'll feel it like it's kind of like a hum in your hands. And if you when you're getting the dialogue choices, you feel like little things pop up in your hands when you get like new thoughts and new avenues to discuss with the people you're interrogating and stuff like that. Plus, when you talk to people that are listening to music, you feel the music. Like all the music they're listening to is like heavy, like dance, techno stuff. And you'll feel like but it's all like different depending on the music that it uses HD Rumble in so many cool ways. Here's the best thing about it. Nintendo keeps saying like HD Rumble is for immersion in games to draw you in more. And this is the first game on Switch where I can really say that I felt like HD Rumble added a lot to the experience. It really made me feel like I was in the setting. Perhaps it works so well because you're in the same setting, so it helps to cement you to that location. But it was just really cool. I really liked it. So it's not going to be the type of game for everybody because, like I said, it's basically a visual novel, and you're not running around and jumping and shooting and any of that stuff. You're just choosing dialogue options and reading and learning about characters and having discussions. So if you're looking for like heavy action, don't get this game. But if you're looking for a really cool story and you like reading visual novel stuff and interacting and making decisions, then I really recommend it. This guy's games are really cool. So I don't know what it is on Switch. I don't know how much it costs. I don't remember. Let's look that up.
Let's.
But if you dig visual novels, I very heavily recommend this. Subsurface Switch. That should be enough.
Do you think our friends would stop coming over if we got a little chihuahua that barks all the time?
I think I would leave.
Yeah.
You want to get music ready?
It's ready, man.
Because we don't have time for a question this week, sadly. We're way late. Come on, iPad, you can do it. Subsurface Circular costs. Oh, it's only $6. Yeah, that's definitely worth it. I was going to tell you get it if it was $10, but it's $6. Get out of here. Oh, and something else I didn't mention. If you play motion or if you play handheld, you can move the Switch around to get different looks at the car. Like it moves around as if you were a person's head. It doesn't like you don't need to do that to find clues or anything. It's just neat. It's like when you move around, it moves around. I really like it. I don't know. I doubt anybody's going to buy it, but it's a really cool game. It's really, really interesting.
I got music. You want to hear it?
Oh.
You want to hear it? Oh.
Guess it's time for music. Guess I'm done.
Well, you said we were running short on time. So
we are. Let's go.
Thought I would move along. This one comes from B. Mori.
This is Super Mario Run. This is the Remix 10 mode.
That is Super Mario Run from B. Mori. This one comes from Glitter Bubble 3.
Sounds like bad Killer Instinct.
No.
What system is this?
64.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's not a rare game, is it?
Atlas.
Don't tell us that. Ogre Battle?
No.
What Atlas do?
64. I have no idea.
Turn it down. What did Atlas do on the 64? Boy, the 64 had bad sound.
It was not one of its strong points.
Yeah. Atlas on the 64. Oh, is it Snowboard Kids?
Sure is.
Oh, wow.
That was Snowboard Kids on the 64 from Glitter Bubble 3.
That's literally the only thing I can think of for Atlas on the 64.
This one comes from Mikey3319.
Oh my god. Turn up. So it's
That's sour.
is it NES?
Sure is.
Jesus Christ.
Solar Jetman.
Nope.
No, Solar Jetman's way better.
I don't know.
Is it a licensed game?
I think it is.
You think it's licensed?
Yeah, it is.
Platoon.
No.
Oh.
Dick Tracy.
No.
Oh, I hate it.
Front Tracy.
Spider-Man.
No.
Oh, Fester's Quest.
No.
Gremlins.
No.
Goonies 2.
Nope.
The Dark Man.
Nope.
G.I. Joe.
No.
Batman.
Nope.
Oh, it's scaring me.
X-Men.
No.
Wolverine.
Samurai Pizza Cats.
No.
Captain Bucky O'Hare.
Nope.
Ugh. Turn it off.
We give up. We can't take it anymore.
Mad Max.
Oh my
That's
god.
right. That was the Mad Max thing.
So that was from Mikey3319 and it was Mad Max. This one comes from Reginilla. It's coming, I think.
I believe it.
Star Fox Adventures.
No.
Shadow Man.
No.
What's this and this?
I think Cube.
That's Skittles game.
No.
Sphinx.
No.
Skies of Arcade.
No.
Bacon Kaitos.
No.
Tales of Symphonia.
No.
It's not first party, is it?
I don't think so.
Super Monkey Ball Adventure.
No.
Whatever it's called. We don't know.
It was Pitfall, The Lost Expedition.
Oh my god, and I played that.
That was Pitfall, The Lost Expedition from Reginilla. This one comes from Victor HD.
Oh, it's a bad week. Now this could be Sphinx, but it's not. What system is this? I don't even know.
64.
Ah, Nightmare Creatures.
No.
Clay Fighter.
No.
Winback.
No.
One day it'll be Winback. Ogre Battle.
Nope.
Bio Freaks.
Nope.
Oh, War Gods?
Nope.
Oh, I really thought that was going to be it.
Wait, what's this one?
64.
Base the Dark Ages.
No.
Extreme G.
Yes.
Ah, that drum and bass.
That was Extreme G on the 64, and that was from Victor HD. This one comes from Wired.
Oh, I know it. Is this Game Boy?
NES.
It is NES. That's it? Metroid? No, it's not Metroid. Oh, it's good. Oh. Oh, yeah. Is this Solar Jetman?
No.
Street Fighter 2022. Man, what is this hot jam? It's not Batman.
No.
Franchise still around today or licensed?
It's licensed.
Licensed. It's gotta be a superhero.
You could say that.
Captain America, X-Men. Oh, wait! Oh, no! It's RoboCop! It's RoboCop!
It's RoboCop.
I heard it! Play that again! Did you hear it? It
Who
did the
is he?
RoboCop song really quickly.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It's the RoboCop song really fast!
He is a robot.
That's a crime.
He's a
That
robot. He's a Robert. He's a cop. He's a Robert cop. Man,
It's
that is funny.
RoboCop. I just hear Lube singing that song.
Yeah, I know, right?
That was RoboCop, and it was from Wired. This one is from Wolfric Chaser. Is this butt rock?
No.
Not really.
Is this Chuck Rock? No?
No.
Super Nintendo? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Feeling it. Playing a little xylophone.
Man, I don't know.
Adventures in Dino City.
No.
Joe Neck too.
No.
Joe Neck.
No.
It sounds like it should be a caveman
Yeah, right?
or a dinosaur.
The Flintstones.
No.
Jurassic Park.
No.
Is this licensed?
I don't think so.
Does it have dinosaurs?
I don't know.
Is it about a cave?
I don't know.
It's good. I like it. So have you heard of this before?
I don't think so.
I got no idea. You got no idea? All right, we're out.
Cool World.
Oh my god. Did you say it wasn't licensed?
I said I didn't think so.
Okay.
Cool
well,
World is licensed.
it is. It's based on a movie, but
You've never seen Cool World?
I've not.
I can't blame you for not knowing about Cool World. I think it was in theaters for like a weekend.
This one comes from Jet Jaguar.
Focus all attempts. It's Super Mario Land. Let's see if it's the nice one or the bad one. It sounds like the nice one. Really? Oh, let's see if it goes to the real end song, because I love that song. Oh, this song's so good. What an epic, fantastic ending song. Really makes you feel happy, like you've achieved something.
I love this game.
Yeah,
It's a good ending song for the podcast.
it is. Yeah, you're right.
Play us out.
Yeah.
All right, we gotta go.
All right, so that was Super Mario Land, and it was from Jet Jaguar. This next to last song comes from our friend Mr. Crafty.
Little King story.
No.
Mario and Luigi game.
No.
A Mario game.
Nope.
Pokemon?
Nope.
First party?
Yeah.
Yes. A system. Wait.
Wii U.
Oh, dear. It's not a Mario game
Not a Mario game.
at all.
It's on the Wii
It's
U.
not Mario. It's on the Wii U.
Wonderful 101?
No.
Oh, you said it's first party. You don't know Wonderful 101. Play that again. All right, so we know it's not Pokemon. It's not Metroid. It's not Zelda.
It's not from, what is it, Captain Toe, is it?
Nope.
That would be embarrassing.
Yeah. Pikmin?
Nope.
Yoshi.
Nope.
It's Mario Kart?
Nope.
You said no Mario.
Nintendo?
Nintendo Land?
Nope.
All right, I don't know. Go ahead.
Game and Wario. The last song.
Game
Game and
and
Wario.
Yes. And that was from Mr. Crafty. The last song today comes to us from Andy the Zombie.
All right, well, it's Pokemon.
Yeah, but which one?
What system?
It is not a Pokemon.
What? Come on. Mario dancing.
No.
Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
The original.
Yeah. Super Smash Brothers. Yeah.
Oh. Hey.
All right. So
Can you fade us out, please?
I'm actually gonna.
That's not a fade. What the hell?
Excuse me.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
That was pretty good. Pretty good.
Nice mixing.
We're working on it.
You're now a DJ. Okay.
Hang the DJ.
All right, a little bit of after show. Thanks for everybody that came and watched and live today. I appreciate it. People got mad at me because I did a YouTube video where I was analyzing the Smash Brothers trailer to find secret characters, but mine was a spoof as a joke. And I thought I went out of my way to explain it was a joke, but some people did not think it was funny.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, I'll tell you now because we're after show. The three characters I showed were Naruto, Master Chief, and then Steve Urkel, all with the alternate costume of Stefan Urkel.
Of course.
So yes, people were not happy because I did like a very clickbaity title on purpose to make it look like a piece of
with the giant emojis and everything,
yes,
right? Like YouTubers use.
Yes, yep, and people thought it was serious. So.
Oh,
That's the end. That's all I got for you. Brain, what was your favorite part of today's show? Thinking about squeezing cats real hard?
I do love to squeeze a cat.
Doing your nails, was that your favorite part?
No. I'm not.
Was it
not feeling
having
it.
your coffee?
Yeah, that's a pretty good part.
Was it the farts you were sneaking out?
I didn't sneak out any farts.
Find that hard to believe. I find that fart to believe.
What?
My fart tally.
27, 20.
Shrek and Goku for Smash Brothers, says Blood Ocean, and We Lover says SpongeBob. There you go. There's your next three characters for the roster. Everybody want Hello Kitty, says Name Game Clown. Yes. Hello Kitty would be. I mean,
it would be amazing.
$1 million seller right there. If Hello Kitty If Hello Kitty came out for Smash, would you play as Hello Kitty?
No.
I'd probably give it a try at least once.
Game explain analysis videos have ruined a generation of audience goers. No sense of humor anymore. I don't know about that, Murky, but I actually, this is funny you bring him up. Will you stop? I messaged Andre of Game Explain fame before I put out my video because I was like, I imagine some people are going to watch this and think I'm making fun of you, Andre. I'm not. That's not the point. I just wanted to let you know that I was doing this, and I explained the whole thing to him. I said, you know how the internet gets angry a lot. He said, yeah, no, don't worry about it at all. It's funny, blah, blah, blah. So then I anticipated some anger, just not in the way that I got anger. So Rachel wants to know what kind of moves Hello Kitty would have.
Hugs. She'd make you some kind of fancy looking soda with ice cream on it.
Call in that owl thing to peck somebody.
The owl?
She's got an owl friend.
I thought she had it was a penguin.
Karopi is a frog.
There's a frog too. Yeah.
And the penguin, what is the penguin?
Yeah, she'd probably just call all her friends to do the dirty work.
I mean, let's look at it this way. Jigglypuff can fight, so I'm sure Hello Kitty can do some damage. Hello Kitty had a race, like a kart game. She could drive her kart in there and do something.
Sure.
Sure, why not?
I mean, as we know from all the Hello Kitty themes, she has many, many talents.
Yes, that's right. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend. Play some games. Enjoy some Kirby demo as you prepare for the full game next week. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Oh, I hit the wrong button. We're still live. Goodbye, everybody.